Warren Buffett has a staggering fortune exceeding $100 billion, yet he still enjoys breakfast at McDonald's daily. Interestingly, he never spends over $3.17 on his meal. You may think that's hard to believe, but it's entirely accurate. Buffett himself has mentioned that his eating habits resemble those of a young child. Curious about more mind-blowing activities of this billionaire? Stay tuned. 15. Buffett's eucalyptus collection. Hey, take a look at this. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest individuals in the world, isn't into flashy automobiles or expensive artworks. Instead, he has a passion for ukuleles. That's correct. The Oracle of Omaha owns 22 of these small instruments tucked away, but it goes beyond mere collection. Buffett has been playing since childhood and has developed a notable skill in it. You may wonder, why ukuleles? Interestingly, Buffett has a fondness for these charming instruments. He even showcased his ukulele's talent to win the heart of his first wife, Susan. What a charming individual. Picture this. You're on a date with a soon-to-be billionaire, and he serenades you with a ukulele. Now, that's a whole new level of charisma. But Buffett isn't hoarding his ukulele affection. This guy thrives on sharing the delight. Check it out. He previously purchased 17 Hilo ukuleles and gave them to a charity named Girls Incorporated. And he didn't just leave them there. He stayed to engage. Nope, Buffett made an appearance personally to conduct a group session. Imagine this, one of the wealthiest individuals worldwide sitting down to instruct a bunch of youngsters on how to strum Somewhere Over the Rainbow on a ukulele. It's not an everyday sight, but it's quite extraordinary when you ponder it. While most billionaires are busy purchasing exclusive islands or sending spacecraft aloft, Buffett finds joy in lounging with a ukulele in his grasp. He has an entirely distinct aura. While other wealthy individuals compete with extravagant purchases, Buffett embraces the simplicity of his ukuleles. It's not just for personal enjoyment, either. Buffett has showcased his ukulele talents at charity functions and even during Berkshire Hathaway shareholder gatherings. Picture attending a formal business meeting and, out of the blue, the CEO strums a ukulele. That's Buffett for you, staying genuine and grounded. 14. Buffett's $18 trim now. Let's dive into Warren Buffett's hairstyle situation. While the majority of billionaires are splurging hundreds on high-end salons, Buffett has a hair secret so economical it seems surreal. This guy has stuck with the same trim for ages, and the cost will leave you astonished. So, where does the sage of Omaha go for a haircut? It's not a fancy salon with bubbly and gourmet treats. Nope, Buffett keeps it straightforward. He visits a barbershop located in the very same building as his workplace. Now that's what you call convenience. This guy's all about being frugal with his time and cash. But here's the twist. While many wealthy individuals are forking over tons of money for a haircut, Buffett sticks to a mere $18. Yep, just $18. That's cheaper than a lot of us spend on a simple meal, much less a haircut. In Omaha, where Buffett resides, typical haircut costs fall between $20 and $50. This means Warren's snagging a bargain that's superior to what most folks get. However, it's worth noting that Buffett isn't opting for this to save cash during tough times. He's embraced this economical trim for many years now. We're discussing a guy who could effortlessly purchase the entire barbershop if he chose to, yet he opts for the straightforward route. No extravagant cuts, no exclusive services, just a plain trim that meets his needs. It's not as if Buffett lacks the means for a high-end haircut. After all, this is someone whose wealth is in the billions. He could easily send for a top-tier stylist via private jet each week if he wished. Not a chance. That's not how Buffett operates. His approach is grounded, staying relatable even with his wealth soaring high. This $18 haircut habit illustrates his preference for substance over flash. It's a statement that looking sharp doesn't require splurging, even if your net worth rivals that of small nations. It's as if he's communicating that his investments speak volumes, not his hairstyle. 13. Buffett's unassuming residence in Omaha. Wow, you might think his $18 haircuts are something. Just wait until you check out his digs. This billionaire's residence is surprisingly unassuming, bordering on the incredible. What sort of dwelling does a $100 billion mogul inhabit? The revelation may astonish you. Warren Buffett has called the same house home since 1958. Indeed, you read that correctly. He purchased it for merely $31,500 at the time. That equates to around $276,700 in today's currency. While most individuals with a net worth exceeding $100 billion might reside in a mansion, Warren opts for something different. His home? It's even smaller than the garages of some. All right, that might be a stretch. The property spans 6,280 square feet, featuring 5 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. It's spacious, but let's not call it a palace. For someone who could purchase whole towns at a whim, it's surprisingly modest. And here's the twist. Buffett's residence is currently valued at around $1.3 million. While that might seem substantial to most of us, for Buffett, it's a mere trifle. We're referencing a man with a fortune exceeding $100 billion. The value of his home constitutes less than 0.001% of his total wealth. Imagine a person with $100,000 choosing to reside in a $100 hut. Yet Buffett has no grievances. In truth, he's quite fond of his unpretentious Omaha residence. He has even referred to it as the third most shrewd investment he's ever made. It leads one to ponder what the top two might be, doesn't it? Perhaps those $18 haircuts are among them. Buffett isn't exactly stuck in 1958. He has made a few enhancements over time, but we're not looking at lavish luxuries like gold-plated toilets or knobs studded with jewels. Instead, his updates focus on safety. He's installed fences and security cameras, because with a fortune in the billions, it's essential to ward off the unpredictable, right? His decision to remain in his original home is a bold statement against the usual billionaire extravagance. As affluent individuals invest in private islands and extravagant estates, Buffett remains content in his 5-bedroom home in Omaha. It's as if he's declaring that lavish dwellings aren't necessary to showcase wealth. His wealth speaks for itself. 12. Buffett's extravagant private jet. Okay, you might believe Buffett is just a master of thrift. But brace yourself, because this money-savvy billionaire has an unexpected adventurous streak. Back in 1986, he spent a staggering $850,000 on a pre-owned Falcon 20 aircraft. That's correct. The man famous for residing in the same home for years actually indulged in a personal jet. But here's the twist. Buffett was so remorseful about this acquisition that he dubbed the jet the indefensible. It was as if he recognized he was violating his own principles. Yet, even the wealthiest of individuals deserve a little self-indulgence occasionally, don't they? You might imagine that after grappling with guilt over his inaugural jet, Buffett would have taken heed of his experience. But no, he went ahead and did it once more. In 1989, he parted with that initial jet and moved on to a different pre-owned model. This time, he forked over a staggering $6.7 million. Quite a significant leap from the first one, right? Yet, there's more to the story. Even when indulging, Buffett remains far more grounded than his billionaire peers. While numerous wealthy individuals soar in lavish, customized aircraft adorned with gold toilets and crystal lighting, Buffett opts for his jet for plain business travels. It's almost as if he's declaring, sure, I have a private plane, but I won't flaunt it. His treatment of jets mirrors his outlook on life as a whole. He focuses on investments that genuinely enhance value rather than mere ostentation. Absolutely, a private jet comes with a hefty price tag, yet for someone as occupied as Buffett, it likely pays off by increasing his productivity. However, don't assume Buffett has loosened his purse strings. He remains the thrifty guy we've always admired. The moniker he chose for his second jet illustrates his lingering discomfort with splurging on extravagant purchases. He seems to be signaling to himself and others that he's aware his choices are somewhat extravagant. So, what can we learn from this? Even the most thrifty billionaire can occasionally indulge in luxury. Yet Buffett's approach remains distinct from the typical behavior of the wealthy. He isn't out to dazzle anyone or flaunt his riches. He's simply making a sensible choice that coincidentally comes with a hefty price tag. 11. Buffett's biggest flop. A gas station. So, you believe Warren Buffett has always been raking in profits through his investments? Not quite. This guy's got a tale that will put your money mishaps in perspective. In 1951, young Buffett, only 21 and eager to succeed, believed he had hit the jackpot. He intended to acquire a Sinclair gas station and cash in big. Pretty clever idea, right? But wait, Buffett and his friend invested $2,000 into this gas station. While it may seem trivial today, at that time, it was quite significant, truly substantial. This wasn't merely spare change for the young Buffett. His entire wealth back then was roughly $10,000, meaning he was wagering 20% of his total assets on this gas station venture. But things took a downer fast. Directly across from Buffett's modest Sinclair station stood a formidable Texaco. And believe me, this Texaco was serious business. They were snatching up Buffett's patrons quicker than you could fill it up. Each day, Buffett observed vehicles speeding by a station to fill their tanks at Texaco. It felt like being the only child at school without the trendy new kicks. No one wished to pull over at his station. The losses began to stack up faster than discarded soda cans at a college bash. Buffett and his buddy were witnessing their investment vanish in a thin air, and not in a favorable way, if you catch my drift. Ultimately, Buffett ended up losing the entire $2,000. Ouch, that's got to sting more than stepping on a Lego in the dark. But here's the kicker about Warren Buffett. He doesn't merely accept defeat and wallow in sorrow. No, he gains wisdom from it. That gas station setback imparted important insights into rivalry and market evaluation. He understood that a bright idea alone won't cut it. One must consider the entire landscape, particularly the competitors involved. This incident clung to Buffett like adhesive on a soul. It led him to be significantly more prudent with his investments. He began researching thoroughly, analyzing rivals, and genuinely grasping the details of his investments before spending a cent. Buffett's initial grind. Hey, take a look at this. Warren Buffett didn't come from a privileged background. This guy has been grinding since he was practically a toddler. We're talking about a youngster who started dabbling in the stock market at just 11. While other kids were swapping baseball cards, young Warren was busy trading stocks. However, that's trivial next to his achievements at 13. While most teens stress over their first pimple, Buffett was already tackling his initial tax return. You got it. This young lad was in discussion with the IRS before he even learned to drive. When it comes to driving, Buffett wasn't merely pedaling a bicycle. He held a paper route delivering the Washington Post. But this was no typical paperboy job. Buffett was earning $175 per month from his deliveries. It may not seem like a lot today, yet in the 1940s, it surpassed the income of most adults. But hold on, there's even more. Buffett had no intention of sticking to a single venture. This young entrepreneur was a solo force of commerce. He was busy peddling everything from calendars to secondhand golf balls and stamps, anything that fetched a dime, and oh, how quickly that cash piled up. When he turned 16, asking his folks for a car was off the table. He was self-sufficient. This young person managed to amass what would be about $53,000 in today's dollars. Indeed, while peers were scrounging coins for a night out at the cinema, Buffett was quietly building tidy sum. You may wonder, what's the big deal? Just another kid earning some extra cash. However, there's more to it. Buffett wasn't merely accumulating wealth. He was discovering how to leverage money for his advantage. These initial ventures served as a billionaire training ground, equipping him with the expertise that would elevate him to one of the wealthiest individuals globally. In his own words, Buffett noted, "I always understood I desired to be wealthy. I was just working out the means to achieve it." Seems he cracked the code quite early on, doesn't he? But here's the twist. Buffett's achievements go beyond financial gain. It's all about his mentality. While other kids were having fun, he was busy hustling. As they indulged in spending, he focused on saving. He developed habits that would remain with him throughout his life. 9. Buffett's charitable giving now. Take a look at this. You might assume Warren Buffett is merely hoarding wealth, but that's not the case. This guy has bigger intentions. In 2006, he made a stunning announcement that set the world abuzz. He revealed his plan to donate a staggering 85% of his Berkshire Hathaway shares. We're not discussing small sums, people. This is a fortune in the billions. So, what's the reason behind his generous move? Buffett isn't merely dispensing his wealth haphazardly. His approach is strategic and focused on improving the world. He is allocating resources to 5 various foundations, among them the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Moreover, in 2010, Buffett collaborated with Bill and Melinda Gates to launch an initiative known as the Giving Pledge. Imagine a lavish society of the ultra-wealthy where the focus isn't on acquiring luxury yachts, but rather on generously donating their fortunes. You may wonder if these claims hold true. Does he truly follow through? Rest assured, Warren Buffett isn't merely making empty promises. He has, in fact, contributed an astonishing $50 billion. That's an amount far beyond what the average person will experience throughout their entire life. Imagine this. Had he held onto those shares instead of giving them away, quite likely he would hold the title of the world's wealthiest individual today. We're looking at a staggering net worth of about $250 billion. We're in the realm of Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, people. Yet Buffett's motivations go beyond mere accolades. His focus is channeling his riches to assist others and create genuine change globally. Moreover, he's not halting at the $50 billion mark. Buffett has publicly stated his intention to donate 99% of his fortune while he's still alive, or upon his passing, which shows true dedication. You may be curious, though, what's the plan for Buffett's children? Are they being sidelined? No need to fret, we'll explore that shortly. But first, let's delve into the reasoning behind Buffett's actions. It's more than just cutting hefty checks. Buffett asserts that with great wealth comes great responsibility to contribute to society. He's demonstrating to everyone that real achievement transcends mere financial gain. It's about how you utilize it. Moreover, Buffett isn't merely dispensing funds. He's motivating others to follow suit. The Giving Pledge he co-founded with the Gates has numerous billionaires vowing to allocate most of their fortunes to charitable causes. We're discussing major disruptors, individuals with the potential to create significant change. 8. Buffett's strategy for passing on his wealth to his children. One might assume that Warren Buffett's offspring are living in luxury, considering their father has a staggering net worth of $146 billion. Wait a second, because Buffett has different intentions. He's set to pass down $2 billion to each of his 3 children. That's right, $2 billion each. While that's still an enormous amount of money, it's merely a small portion of Buffett's vast wealth. What's behind this decision? Buffett holds a distinct view on inheritance. He believes in providing his children with sufficient means to explore all options, but not so much that they become idle. It's as if he's offering a push forward, yet cautioning against complacency. He aims to prevent his children from becoming those individuals reliant solely on trust funds, devoid of ambition. Instead, Buffett encourages his offspring to carve out their own paths and achieve their personal successes. You know what? They've really made a name for themselves. One has become a farmer, while another is heavily involved in giving back to the community. They're carving their own paths instead of relying on their father's wealth. Buffett has publicly expressed his pride that his children don't flaunt their affluence. It must be challenging when your father is among the wealthiest individuals globally, yet it demonstrates their solid values. To everyday people, $2 billion seems astronomical, but in the realm of billionaires, it's akin to gifting a child a pre-owned vehicle rather than a collection of luxury sports cars. While some billionaires bequeath enough wealth for their children to acquire entire nations, Buffett opts for a distinct approach. His strategy regarding inheritance serves as an insightful lesson for everyone. Buffett demonstrates his belief in effort over easy gains. He doesn't merely speak his mind, he embodies it. With his family, he maintains his convictions. It's as if Buffett aims to impart to his children, and perhaps to all of us, that true prosperity transcends mere financial status. It's all about your actions, the effort you put in, and the worth you generate. He emphasizes that instead of merely relying on your legacy, you should strive to craft your own path. Now, let's delve into Buffett's daily habits. So, Buffett focuses on generating value. But what does the Oracle of Omaha do throughout his workday? Heads up, it's not about globetrotting or teeing off with executives. His everyday life is remarkably basic, to the point of being surprising. For starters, Buffett doesn't indulge in hitting the snooze on an extravagant alarm. Nope, this mogul rises promptly at 6:45 a.m. without fail, every day. I suppose when your goal is amassing wealth, a wake-up call isn't necessary. Now, here's the kicker. While countless folks are lost in endless social media feeds or trapped in tedious meetings, Buffett immerses himself in literature. We're not referring to a casual glance or two. This guy dedicates a whopping 80% of his day solely to reading. That's right, a staggering 80%. That's nearly the full span of your working hours. And it's not just casual reading. Buffett is devouring around 500 pages of corporate reports and news each day. That's more than what many people manage to read in a month. And he's accomplishing it all before noon. You may wonder, though, what about those crucial meetings and phone calls with CEOs? Of course, Buffett holds a handful of discussions and attends several meetings, yet that's not the bulk of his day. His true focus lies in devouring countless pages of reading. The wildest aspect? Buffett's work environment is as simple as it comes. Absent are the high-end gadgets and intricate agendas. It's just Warren, his literature, and his contemplations. It feels as though he's operating in a bygone era while amassing wealth in the present one. Here's the twist. Buffett demonstrates that achievement isn't tied to constant activity. It's all about concentration. While other executives are frantic and all over the place, Buffett takes it easy with his reading, raking in more cash than many nations. It seems he's unlocked an exclusive strategy. Take it easy, engage with the written word, ponder deeply, and the riches will follow. He demonstrates that often, the smartest path to success is to hit pause and reflect. It's 6. Buffett's fascination with bridges revealed. One might assume a billionaire like Buffett would indulge in luxurious yachts or private airplanes. Wouldn't one? Now this guy's found a much more affordable pastime that has captivated him. Warren Buffett is completely taken with bridge, and he's open about it. He dedicates nearly 8 hours a week to this card game, which amounts to an entire workday spent dealing and shuffling. Instead of speeding around in luxury cars or engaging in polo matches like many wealthy elites, Buffett can be found at a card table, likely in a cozy sweater, plotting his next strategy. Don't assume he's stuck in the past. Buffett's currently in the game, competing online as T-Bone. Picture this. You're matched up against a stranger and discover it's one of the wealthiest individuals on the planet. Crazy, isn't it? Plus, he's even gone toe-to-toe in bridge with Bill Gates. Now that's what I define as a game with serious risks. Can you picture the dialogue happening at that table? They're likely discussing billions while the rest of us are stressing over our weekly budgets. Buffett is so passionate about bridge that he claimed he'd be fine with prison if he had 3 cellmates who shared his love for the game. That's a level of commitment that's hard to beat. While many focus on how to escape, Buffett thinks differently. He's content as long as he has his cards. Yet, this isn't mere pastime for him. He actively invests in bridge tournaments and competitions, almost as if he's on a mission to draw others into his beloved game. There's wisdom in his actions, as he holds the view that bridge is an excellent way to maintain mental acuity, particularly as one ages. As other billionaires flaunt their new yachts or pristine private islands, Buffett showcases his intellect with a simple deck of cards. He demonstrates that enjoyment and success stem from mental prowess rather than lavish possessions. It's the cerebral approach that counts, not the financial one. On another note, Buffett's culinary preferences resemble those of a 6-year-old. One might assume a billionaire would indulge in gourmet dishes and lavish flavors, wouldn't one? But seriously, this guy's eating habits will really surprise you. He truly means it when he claims he dines like a kid. While the wealthy elite are indulging in fancy caviar and truffles, Buffett is embracing his joy with fast food. And it's not just an occasional snack. He's fully committed to the sweets and fried delights. Let's discuss his Coca-Cola habit. Buffett doesn't just have 1 or 2 sodas daily. He consumes at least 5 servings each day. Indeed, 5. He jokingly states he's a quarter Coca-Cola himself. Now that's real brand devotion. But it's not solely about the soda. Buffett shares a deep adoration for McDonald's that's truly astonishing. Nearly every morning, he stops by the iconic Arches for breakfast. His favorite choice? 2 sausage patties. However, when the market is favorable, he treats himself to a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Now that's what you call indulgence, right? You might assume a billionaire would be shelling out big bucks for breakfast, but think again. Buffett stays grounded and thrifty. He never pays more than $3.17 for his McDonald's fare. That's even lower than the average amount folks shell out for their daily brew. And here's a twist. He frequently uses exact change. After all, when you have billions, every cent matters, doesn't it? In a 2017 documentary, Buffett revealed his reasons for choosing fast food over gourmet dining. While many other billionaires flaunt their extravagant culinary preferences, Buffett finds contentment in his beloved comfort foods. It's as if he's declaring that there's no reason to overthink when a classic burger and fries can be so delightful. However, don't be misled into thinking Buffett's eating habits stem from a health-conscious mindset. He's not monitoring calories or fretting over cholesterol levels. His focus is solely on savoring what pleases him, and if that aligns with the same meals that children often fantasize about, then so be it. 4. Buffett's simple wheels. You'd assume a tycoon like Warren Buffett would have a luxurious car collection, right? Yet, this guy drives something that's bound to surprise you. While many ultra-wealthy individuals gather flashy supercars like they're trading cards, Buffett chooses to keep it humble with a vehicle that wouldn't draw a glance in a grocery store lot. In the past, Buffett was seen driving a 2001 Lincoln Town Car. And here's the kicker. His license plate actually read Thrifty. Seriously, Warren, we understand your penchant for frugality. For nearly 10 years, he held onto that vehicle until he felt it was time for a change. Yet rather than opting for an extravagant Lamborghini or an extravagant Rolls, he chose a Cadillac XDS in 2014. Sure, it's an upgrade, but it hardly shouts, "I'm a billionaire." The twist? Buffett hardly drives his car at all. He clocks in roughly 3,500 miles annually, which is significantly below the average. It's almost as if he's managing a vast fortune, yet remains concerned about keeping his mileage low, as if he's eyeing resale worth. Buffett has openly stated that he rarely purchases new vehicles. It seems he regards his cars as long-term assets or investments. I suppose that when you're that wealthy, there's no need to show off with a brand new ride annually. But don't mistake Buffett's choices for mere frugality. When he opted to let go of his trusty Lincoln, he didn't merely exchange it. Instead, he auctioned it off for a charitable cause. And guess what? It fetched a remarkable $73,200. That's over twice the price of a brand new Lincoln Town Car from that era. So, even as he disposes of his old belongings, Buffett continues to make savvy financial decisions. It's quite surprising if you ponder it. Most individuals with his kind of wealth would be eager to flaunt it with an extravagant vehicle. Yet, Buffett demonstrates that genuine wealth isn't about showcasing one's riches.